Hello, my name is Shazariman, and today we will be talking about exemption and exclusion of pandemic risk in insurance and Takaful contracts. Since the COVID-19 outbreak began in early 2020, many has been affected by it. The COVID-19 pandemic was an event that no one could have predicted to occur, and the gravity of such event was major enough that it affected nearly all aspects of life, including the law. When the law has been affected due to this major unforeseen event, how much would it affect any legal agreements? Let's say, such as an insurance or a Takaful agreement. Has there been any changes? Let's find out. Naturally, due to COVID, insurance and Takaful claims were likely to be increased during this period for many reasons. One of the reasons can be seen in health insurance. For example, health insurance claim has seen a surge during the COVID-19 pandemic due to many being admitted into hospital due to COVID-related injuries or, in more serious cases, death. Furthermore, report has shown that insurance and Takaful services has seen a massive increase due to COVID. Hence, it is safe to say that as a result of the increase in risk involving the COVID-19 pandemic, the use of insurance and a Takaful contract has increased, in which many users has now looked towards the use of insurance and Takaful as a result of the COVID-19 outbreak. So clearly the COVID-19 has made a real impact towards insurance and Takaful contracts. How does it impact them from a legal point of view? Most of the time, all insurance or Takaful contract has in some form an exemption or exclusion clause placed within the legal terms of the agreement. One common clause would be that insurance and Takaful providers will not be liable towards any claim due to force majeure risk or events. The reasoning behind this is simple. Exemption or exclusion clause users are limited themselves and can only be used upon real lives and if there is an imbalance of rights within the party. In simple terms, if the clause would be deemed unfair, then such clauses would be deemed ineffective and cannot be relied upon. So using this legal principle, most insurance or Takaful claim would be deemed unsuccessful due to the fact that the insurance or Takaful provider would initiate the legal clause, using the clause such as the force majeure clause to disallow any claim of insurance or Takaful by the claimant to be successful. The providers would argue that since the COVID-19 pandemic was a natural unforeseen event, it would be unjust and unfair to the providers to be liable on something that they could not foresee. It is due to the unforeseen that such exemption or clause will be successful and will result in any claimant on insurance claimant by the claimant would be unsuccessful. It must be understood from a legal point of view, having an unfair term is a major key point to be considered. For example, UK laws such as the Unfair Contract Terms Act of 1999 and the Consumer Rights Act of 2015 made it clear that exemption and exclusion clauses cannot be enforceable if it was deemed unfair. For the current pandemic situation, it is indeed fair for them to claim such clause to be enforceable, as it would be highly unfair for them to be liable to something that could have not been predicted. So it is for these exact reasons that exemption and exclusion clause saw an increase due to the pandemic risk within the insurance Takaful contracts. So what does this mean? Well, it's beneficial for one party, but it's unbeneficial for another party. So going forward, it is likely that most countries will pass emergency ordinance or reform law to combat this. Example can be seen in both in Malaysia or in the UK, where laws has been passed in order to deal with this, in which most exemption clauses or exclusion clauses has now be able to cover under COVID-19 pandemic. So it is a welcome event, and will definitely bring a fair and balanced treatment for both parties, the consumers and the providers. The COVID-19 pandemic will likely continue on for the near future. However, it is best that the law and the services be amended to help towards today's changes. That's all for today's presentation. My name is Shazariman, and I thank you for your time. Have a good day.